From the studios of Annunciation Radio in the Diocese of Toledo, welcome to Night Talk. My name is Eric Loprete. Always a pleasure to be with you every Saturday morning. And just want to thank the folks here again at Annunciation Radio for allowing us the opportunity to reach all of you in the Toledo Diocese. Today, we are talking about one of the favorite sports around here in Toledo, and that is golf. Am I good at it? No. Do I know how to swing a golf club? Yes. But I leave golf to the professionals, and especially when it comes to our charitable golf outings, I leave it to the professional, Mr. Mike Kelly, bringing him on today. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And, Mike, you are from Perrysburg Council. And I happen to know a few of the boys over there in the Perrysburg Council. And
a few of those guys get around.
Yes, they do. Oh, goodness. But before we start, obviously, we always want to begin in prayer. We want to thank my wife, Katie Loprete, for providing this prayer. So we begin in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord Jesus, when I am a less than enthusiastic follower, please refresh me in my zeal. When I am hurting or need forgiveness, in your love, please help me to heal. When I am blessed with accomplishment or well-being, may gratitude be what I feel. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Katie, thank you very much once again for that prayer. Always good to be reminded that we must stay humble, even in moments of great success. So, with that being said, we welcome what we know will be a huge success, and that is the Perrysburg golf outing that it's going to be at Riverby Hills Golf Club. That's coming up here very, very soon.
Yeah, it is actually at Stone Ridge Golf Club.
Stone Ridge.
I'm sorry, I got you. Bowling Green, Ohio.
Sorry, I got you mixed up.
St. John's. You and us at St. John's Mid-South. Yep.
I've been announcing both your golf outings for so long, I just kind of coincide one with the other. But no, this will be in Stone Ridge in Bowling Green, which Stone Ridge is actually plays a very special part in my heart because that's where me and my wife's wedding reception was. So,
they do a real nice job out there.
In fact, it'll be, and I'm not trying to cut you off, Mike, but I do have to mention 7 years married in August. So
very good.
I reminded her that it's almost been a decade, and she looked at me and said, "It might be time for me to switch models." So I don't know.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sure you're a good model.
Oh no, she's a fantastic wife, and well, I'm very happy to celebrate 7 years with her.
That's
so
awesome.
But anyway, Mike, let's kind of jump right into this. As we said at the outset of the program today, Perrysburg is hosting a golf outing that will be at Stone Ridge Golf Club in Bowling Green. That's going to be on what date?
August 8th. And that benefits our Coach for Kids program.
Excellent. And we can talk a little bit more about Coach for Kids here in just a little bit. But let me go back into my questions. So, Mike, I don't think I've ever really talked to you. I know we've talked before. I don't think I've ever really met you before. So it's even a bit more of a pleasure to have you on the show today. What kind of led you to become a Knight of Columbus member?
Well, originally I was recruited by the Grand Knight at the Perrysburg Council, and we were both on the ushering team for St. Rose of Lima and Perrysburg. And he spoke to me highly about the camaraderie and things like that, but what really hooked me was when he talked about working in the community and how we could help those in the community in need.
You know, we had George Habush on last weekend, and his answer mirrored yours. The work that we do in the community. And I really wish we could, I wish we could paint that slogan in the sky.
I know.
Because we do so much for this community and we do so much for our churches. And I hope that any young, Catholic man out there is listening. Please remember, if you want to do some great service, join the Knights of Columbus. I'm sure you'd agree, Mike.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I always thought when I was a younger man that I didn't have enough time to devote, but you can pick one specific thing you like and give the amount of hours that you're capable of giving, and that's all you can really ask for. Because
what are we really asking for? An hour a month? 2 hours every 2 months?
Yeah, 4 to 8 hours a year.
And in just that 1 hour, you get to physically and mentally see the impact that our work does. And especially like you just mentioned, we do the Coats for Kids. We that's one of the cornerstones of the Knights of Columbus is Coats for Kids.
Right.
And so this is great because your golf outing, actually is, benefiting Coats for Kids. So the money that you raise will go towards that. Why did you choose to pick, Coats for Kids?
Well, basically, we started this golf outing as just a way to get guys together. But then we were unable to really focus on the Coats for Kids program and support it the way we needed to. So I decided to turn this golf outing into something that would benefit that charity. It's a big cornerstone for the Knights of Columbus itself because since 2009, I believe they 200,000 coats annually.
Yes,
they donate to the kids in the community. And that goes on every year. Last year, we were able to, just for our golf outing, purchase and distribute 1,155 brand new winter coats.
Isn't that amazing?
To the kids in 4 different communities.
It is so amazing that what's amazing, most amazing thing is the cooperation between councils when it comes for Coats for Kids. Even if a council is not active in it, they are still giving money to other councils who are, and just the activities that we do to help raise the Coats for Kids, I think, is astounding, and it's very creative on our part.
Absolutely.
So now let's go back into the golf outing. What year? What number year is this?
This is our 10th annual.
10th. Well, okay. Now, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what sort of response have you gotten on this?
Well, the response has gotten better every year. Our goal this year is to purchase about 1,500 new coats,
okay,
or more. But we create a media letter that my group of my committee goes out and they talk to canvas in the community, and they show them this letter. And what this letter explains to them is who sponsored in the past, who it benefits, and things like that. And it lays it out very easy. Once you show them and show them a few pictures of the kids with the smiles on their faces and stuff like that, it's pretty easy to convince them to get in and help their community.
Oh, absolutely. And nothing turns a heart than I think than a smiling child does, especially one who has just been giving something that a lot of us take for granted, and that is being able to go purchase coats.
Yeah. One of my great moments last year was when we were at one of the, distributions, and I was handing a little kid his bag to go get his stuff through the line, and I was telling him all the stuff he could get, and he looked at me, he got a little tear in his eye, and as I did, he goes, "This has to be the best day of my life." And he's like a little 8-year-old kid, so you know then what the purpose really is. And,
I think it kind of correlates to our prayer today, not intended, but it does kind of correlate because, we are asked to humble ourselves before the Lord. And this is just one of those things where you get humbled real quick when you do see those children, and, to have one come up to you and say, "This is the best day of my life," because he got a coat.
You got a coat, you got shoes, you got gloves, you got some socks. It was a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're just so happy that we get to provide those things to people, and we're doing it in a fun way because you get to golf.
You get to golf.
What's better than that?
No.
Now this is going to be 18 hole. I know we'll kind of go into some of the activities here in the next question, but this will be 18 holes.
It's an 18-hole scramble, four-man scramble.
And how many teams do we currently have so far?
Over the past 4 or 5 years, we've had 25 foursomes.
Excellent.
Which is 100 players, and we're heading for that number again this year.
Excellent. Now, what are you guys? Do you guys change up the way that you try to get golfers every year, or do you guys just kind of have a scientific method?
Well, we got to save the date, email it goes, blast it goes out, and then we just keep some these letters and things that we have, and different ways to get guys to come out, but. We're always looking for new people. If you're a single golfer, doesn't matter. We'll pair you up with somebody. And we've actually paired singles up throughout the years, have now formed foursomes.
Wow.
That come back to the outing every year.
So these people that you put in random groups are coming back, and now they're all friends.
Yep, they're friends. Yep.
That is fantastic. So, once again, this is a fun way for people to help those less fortunate. And I think that's fantastic. And you guys certainly have come up with a winning strategy, it seems, as this is your 10th year going on. So now what sort of, let's kind of give a rundown of the events that are going to be going on during the golf tournament.
Well, at Stone Ridge, we got a 7:30 or 7:15 check-in, and we have an 8:30 shotgun start, and we have a prayer by Monsignor Sigler, who definitely comes out and participates in our afternoon. He makes some time for us. That way, as you check in, you can go buy extra tickets for raffles. You can buy skins tickets. You can buy 50-50-50 raffle tickets. We also have a putting contest where that's extra money for if you sink a long putt, you win money. If you sink a shorter putt, you win a little smaller amount of money. And that's been a good area for us. And we also have a marvelous ribs and chicken lunch buffet. And then we finish around 3 p.m.
Now, is there anything, does the lunch, is that included with the golf pack?
It's all included in the package. The golfer gets free range balls, cart, a gift bag, and free lunch. Wow.
So you guys, there's no excuse for people not to come out and
help.
No,
and we're only charging $100 a golfer. So the value that you get in this, plus the amount of camaraderie and fun you have in that day, you can't beat it.
The best thing I think about the mini activities is that it really does cater to people like me. I don't want to. I mean, if I was in a foursome, I'd probably slow everybody down by an hour because I'd be slicing into the woods.
Well, that's all good.
I know, but the fact that I can just kind of focus on putting and things, and just like mini games like that would probably be more up my alley. Because, like I said, I am not Tiger Woods in golf by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, we are sitting here with Mr. Mike Kelly, and we are going over what is going to be a fantastic golf outing. It's going to be the 10th annual charity golf scramble. That's going to be on August 8th. That's going to be at Stone Ridge Golf Club in Bowling Green, Ohio, and this is being run by the Knights of Columbus in the Perrysburg Council. We're going to look real forward to getting back into the second part of this interview, but first we gotta take a break. So I will go ahead and say from the studios of Annunciation Radio in the Diocese of Toledo, you have been listening to Night Talk, and we will be right back after this.
This is Dale Alquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, "Why do Christians talk so much about God and so little about humanity?" G.K. Chesterton says that the people who insist that we forget divine things and think of human things end up talking about how helpless human beings are because of their faulty environment or their fatal heredity or their uncontrollable animal instincts. And it all ends with the old fatalist cry that we must forgive everything because there's nothing to forgive. But these things are not the human things. These are the subhuman things, the things we share with animals. The human things are exactly what they dismiss as merely divine. The human things are free will, responsibility, authority, and self-denial. The things that are really human are also divine. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
I'm Mark Syracusa, St. John the 23rd Past State Deputy with the Knights of Columbus. We listen to Annunciation Radio every morning and throughout the day. Thank God for their good works.
Hello and welcome back into Night Talk from the studios of Annunciation Radio in the Diocese of Toledo. Once again, my name is Eric Loprete, and we are on today with Mr. Mike Kelly, who's a member of Perrysburg Council, and we are discussing their 10th annual golf outing that's going to be coming up here soon in September, right?
August 8th.
August, excuse me. that'll be coming up in August 8th. So we're looking forward to that. And we're just kind of going back and forth and just talking about who this is currently benefiting, why you should participate, and who is going to be benefiting from this golf outing. And it's been a wonderful interview so far. Before we go back to Mike, we are going to go ahead and do our council announcements. Want to remind everyone that Bowling Green Council will be hosting their 4th annual softball game coming up here soon. Game time starts at 2 p.m. over at Carter Park in Bowling Green. River East Mother Teresa Council will be having their family picnic at the Shrine in Oregon. That's going to be Saturday, August 3rd at 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. Please contact Family Director Greg Singler at 419-346-2963 for more information. We do have to mention that St. John, the 23rd Council, they're going to be having their golf outing. That's going to be on July 19th at Riverby Hills Golf Club. Registration is at 7 a.m. Shotgun start at 8:30. And if interested in sponsoring or playing, please contact Todd Finch at kfctodd@gmail.com. Also want to remind you, state tours are underway, so please check your council for dates when the tour will reach your city. There's a new incentive drive for the rest of this quarter. All councils that bring in 3 new members in the 4th quarter will receive a $25 gift card and be entered into the grand prize drawing for a $300 gift card. And lastly, off the streets drop-off points will continue at St. Joseph Maumee every Saturday from starting at 8 a.m. And the St. Ignatius drop-off point will be done the last Saturday of the month from 11 until 1. Always want to remind people that if you wish to help hand deliver these donations to our needy brothers and sisters, please go to offthestreetsoftoledo.com where you can sign up to volunteer. And if you ever have a council announcement that you would like broadcast over our radio show, please contact me at ToledoKnightsOfColumbus@gmail.com. Just make sure to send that in a week early so that way I have a chance to get it on the air. And that's going to do it for council announcements. We're going to go back into our interview with Mr. Michael Kelly, who is a member of the Perrysburg Council, 7978. Mike, thank you once again for being on the program today. It's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And, I just wanted to make sure that we gave everybody their just due when it came to promoting their programs, because what's the point of having a Knights of Columbus program if you can't, well, there would be none, folks, and that's the answer. So, anyway, let's kind of go back into it. Mike, let's talk about sponsorships. Let's talk about registration. If someone says, no, I'm a horrible golfer, but I'd still like to sponsor a hole, or I'd like to sponsor something, what different levels do you have?
There are a lot of different ways you can do it. And there's still a lot of, sponsorships that are available, like reception sponsor, lunch sponsor, coffee and donuts, drink cart, putting contests, Costa Pin, and hole sponsors. And they all start from anywhere from $100 up to $3,500. We do have probably 6 sponsorships that are already sold out. Okay. So that's a good thing. So and also as far as signing up, the best way to do it is to go to our website at KFC7978golf.com, and you can sign up as a single, you can sign up as a foursome, you can find all the sponsorships on there. All my contact information is on the website, and like you were talking about, it doesn't matter level of golfer. We're looking for people just to come out, help sponsor a great cause, men, women. And, so we've had a great time so far doing this, and that's why we'll continue to do it.
Now, what type of, it doesn't seem like you guys are hurting for sponsors. Is there a certain strategy that you guys have, for getting those sponsors, or?
A lot of the sponsors have been with us for actually quite a while now. And usually once we get one of the sponsors, usually they're year in and year out. Because they really realize what a great cause, and we show them the amount of productivity and amount of the youth and families that we're reaching in our community, they want to contribute.
Now, how many golfers do you think you have on average that have come out every year?
On the average right now, it's 100. We actually would just kind of keep it to 100, but this year we might go to 124 because it looks like that's where we're going to be this year.
So in other words, if somebody was looking for a way to promote their business while at the same time giving back to the community, this would be a great event for someone to do. And it sounds like everything is very affordable, and there's still plenty of spaces that someone could lend their sponsorship to.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who sponsors goes on the KFC website, our golf website. There's a sign at the tournament and things like that. There's a brochure that all the golfers get to take in their hands. And we ask them to thank those sponsors if they go into their restaurant businesses and things of that nature.
Excellent. So now, with something, golf tournaments, obviously can be a huge event, and there's a lot of planning that has to go into it. So can you kind of speak to, the level of teamwork that it takes every year for your council to be able to pull this off?
There's thousands of hours that go into host this event. We have a core group of brothers that are out in the community looking for sponsorships and promoting a charity event. We also have about 20 sponsors or 20 volunteers the day of the event to help make things go very smoothly and make it a class event and things like that, because we want to put on a very class event for a very worthy charity.
And that kind of leads me into my next question is, what does it mean that that you guys have attained that level of teamwork where you guys are able to pull this off on a yearly basis? I mean, this has been going on for a decade now.
Yeah, we kept growing this, and I don't believe that a lot of my brothers believe we could get to the point that we're at, but now they're all involved and they're all very excited about what we do, and everybody's asking about how they can help.
Well, sometimes you just got to drag people along a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's so excellent. So once again, everyone, if you have not heard, St. Perrysburg Council 7976 is going to be hosting their 10th annual golf outing. That will be at Stone Ridge Golf Club. That's going to be on August 8th. Once again, start times?
8:30 shotgun start, 7:15 check-in.
Excellent. So I guess we've promoted this. What's been? I know you mentioned one of your favorite memories, but do you have any more that you could kind of throw out there? And you mentioned a favorite memory you have of the outcome of this golf outing. What's just some of the favorite memories you have of just being at the golf outing with your brothers? Well,
one of the great things is that our pastor, Monsignor Singler, does take part in it. He's very excited every year to do that, and a lot of the guys are from the golf league I play in St. Rose, and also playing the St. John's Golf League, so I know a lot of those guys as well. But just being part, we've had Susie's from Susie's Coats speak at the outing, because it makes it a little bit more real when you see somebody who actually participates.
Yeah.
And we're partnering with.
And it just seems like everyone has, and from what you've been describing, those are some great memories, but what does it mean that you guys can provide this service for people? That, people can come out and have a good time, and, does it feel like you're fulfilling your mission as a Knight?
It really does, because, that's really why I joined the Knight, is to be able to help within my community, and I've always had a passion for helping children.
Well, our children are certainly we do have some very needy children that need help. So, Mike, we want to thank you and your council for not only putting on this golf outing, but also for benefiting children around the local area as well. Kind of going away from the golf outing for just a few moments, if we could. But I kind of wanted to get back, because like I said, this is pretty much the first time you and I have actually sat down and talked. What's your favorite part about being a Knight?
I think basically about deepening my Catholic faith through fraternity and brotherhood. I think that's the biggest thing.
What do you think is the biggest thing that people take away from the Knights? When you see a new guy join and he sticks with it and he really gets active, do you see a change in that person?
I really do, because what we try to do, we're a very active council.
Yes, you are.
And we try to get guys involved right away. and let them really feel out. We try to get them into a bunch of different areas so they can really get a feel for what they want to do in the community, or as being a night, whether it's faith or something like that. But I just think it's good. It's good to see new brothers join and see their change. Yeah.
I agree, because I share that sentiment with you, and I truly believe that this can very much affect someone's life in a very positive manner, especially young men who have families, because, as you know, there are no secrets. You can go home and tell your wife and your children everything that you did at a Knights of Columbus meeting. There's no secret passwords or handshakes, or, there are some hand gestures sometimes at our meetings, but we don't go out and there's no veil of secrecy around the Knights. It's very open, and this is, I think, something that greatly attracts people. I'm sure you agree.
Absolutely.
So, everyone, once again, we are on with Mr. Mike Kelly today, who is a member of Perrysburg Council 7978. We are speaking about their golf outing that is going to be on August 8th. That will be at Stone Ridge Golf Club. All proceeds from this golf outing will go toward the Codes for Kids initiative that the Knights of Columbus do every year. And it's certainly a very big money grab for the Knights of Columbus, especially when it comes to Codes for Kids, because this is one of the things that really propels that program. So, and we want to thank Mike for coming on and talking about that today. Mike, I'll let you off the hot seat, but I got one last question for you, sir. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. So, sir, and I love asking this question to people, is I asked George last week if he could ask Jesus one question, what would it be? But I changed the question a little bit this month. If you could have lunch with any biblical figure, who would it be and why?
It would have to be Jesus. It'd have to be the main guy, because his life teaching has profoundly influenced billions of people, and he's shaped the course of the way history is.
Absolutely.
And inspiring countless individuals and countless movements, and how he would be able to bring people together.
And he certainly has done that through his message, and we continue on with his message to continue bringing people on together. Mike, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. Once again, everyone, if you are interested in golfing, you can participate in the 10th annual Charity Golf Scramble for Perrysburg Council 7978. That's going to be on August 8th. Shotgun start at 8:30. So please feel free to reach out to any member of that council, and they'll be more than happy to help you get you signed up. For everyone else, thank you so much for listening. We will see you next Saturday from the studios of Annunciation Radio in the Diocese of Toledo. You've been listening to Night Talk.